I'm Dr. George Flynn, and you're watching In-Depth TV. Today, I'm going to discuss with you something I think you'll find a lot of fun, and you'll probably learn a lot from it. So I learned a lot in preparing this for you, and I think you'll learn a lot too from the whole discussion. It's about your memory. You know, we remember things from a long time ago, and sometimes we can't even remember what we went to the grocery store for. Or we'll walk into another room, you'll say, why did I come in this room? Then you'll walk back out, and you'll remember why you went into the room. Then you'll come back into the room, you'll say, why did I come in? I cannot believe that I forgot it again. And a lot of times, you'll put your glasses down like these and forget where you put your glasses, or forget where you put your keys. And yet you can remember things from the past, things that happened when you were 4, 5, 6 years old, like it was yesterday. But you cannot remember these things that are going on right all around you. And some people say, well, it's got something to do with age. It really doesn't. It really doesn't. There are diseases, Alzheimer's disease and things like that. But your age, the memory, shouldn't decrease that much. It can decrease a little bit if you want to say that, but if you train your brain, there are two types of memories. There are two types of brains. There's the trained and the untrained. And if you train your memory to have a good memory, then you'll have a good memory. So it's all in training. And today, I'd like to give you first step. Step one, you can carry this along and you can play it as a game, and it's a lot of fun. And I think you're going to have a lot of fun doing this with me. Now, I'm starting with a blank sheet of paper and going to come up with some words. Now, I told some people that I was going to do this, and they texted me in. You see, I'm being in the 2000s. I got them by text. I could have gotten them by telephone. I just wanted to get some random words. And the first random word I was sent was the word bridge. And I'm writing it down. There's the word bridge right there. And the second random word I got was orange. And there's the word orange. The third random word I got was camera. From now, now they're all digital cameras. Camera. That's the third random word. The fourth word was bus. There's the word bus. And the fifth random word was Hollywood. So we've got Hollywood. And now we're going to come up with a random word. Clock. Let's just say clock. So we got 6 words. And if your memory is good, you've got 6 words here. Let's see how many of the words you can remember right now. If you're watching it on YouTube or one of the archives, you can, of course, rewind back, but live television, you can't rewind. So you remembering the words? We got 6 words. And can you remember any of those? Okay. Let's give you another chance at it. We'll look at them again. There they are. Now, how many of those can you remember? And can you remember them in order? And can you say them backwards? And can you remember which one came after which one? Okay. So let me see how many I can remember. I'm not even going to try. And I hope you feel the same frustration. We only had 6 words to remember. And we haven't remembered them Maybe some of you have. Maybe some of you have a photographic memory. I've got a granddaughter that has a photographic memory, and it really makes me mad because she's so good at it. And it's just, I wish everyone had that photographic memory. But wait a minute. Maybe you do. Maybe you do. So let's talk about this list of words. I'm sure you remember all 6 words right here. First of all, let's make up a story. And the story is, we're going over a bridge. And when you're going over a bridge, you can just imagine yourself going over a bridge, or imagine seeing a bridge. But the bridge is blocked. What's going on? There are oranges all in the roadway on the bridge. It's full of oranges. So you've got this bridge and it's blocked with oranges. And you've got somebody out there taking pictures with a camera. So there's this camera. They're taking pictures of the bridge that's blocked with the oranges. So they've got a camera out there taking pictures. Now, where are these people? They're on a bus. So they're on a bus. You know, you see them taking pictures, and then they're getting on this bus. So once they take the picture of the bridge with the oranges with their camera, they're getting on a bus. Where is the bus going? Well, the bus has a big sign on the side of it, to Hollywood. So the bus is on the way to Hollywood. And the driver is pointing up to something. He's pointing to a clock because he knows the bus is running behind time. He's pointing to the clock so that they can get to Hollywood on the bus. Now, that's the story. How are you doing with it? Can you remember that story? Well, let's see, first of all. Here's the list again. See how many of those 6 that you can remember. Well, the first one's a bridge. And what's on the bridge? That's right, oranges. And it's blocking the bridge. And what are people doing? They're taking pictures of the oranges blocking the bridge with their camera. And then after they take the picture, what are they doing? They're getting on a bus. Where's the bus going? Hollywood. And what's the driver doing? He's pointing to a clock because they got to get to Hollywood on time. Now, here we've got the story. So we've got bridge, orange, camera. What's the next one? Bus, Hollywood, clock. Now see how easy it is to remember those. So what about if we have the driver pointing to a clock and the bus is going to Hollywood, but they're on a bus and people are getting onto the bus after they've taken a picture with their camera, the orange is on the bridge, you've just said the list backwards. Because the story can go forward or backwards. And you can start in the middle of the story. The people are taking pictures with their camera, and then what are they doing? Getting on the bus. But what happened before they took pictures with their camera? They saw oranges on the what? On the bridge. So you can start any place in the story, go forward or backwards. And see what you've learned? See how good your memory is? So let's see here. We've got a clock. And so what should we put after clock? Let's say princess. Okay. That's a princess. So we've added, we've seen a princess. Okay, now once we've got a princess, let's see, what's another good thing? I'm getting the, go ahead, shout it out. A radio. Princess and a radio. So let's continue the story. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 words. So let's continue the story. The driver is pointing to the clock because he's very aware of the time because they're going to meet a princess. And what's the princess doing? She's listening to the radio. And there, we added 2 more words, 2 more parts of the story. So the princess is listening to the radio, and the bus driver has to get to Hollywood on the bus because of the clock. You know, we got to meet the princess. And so let's go through the story again. We see the bridge. We see oranges on the bridge. And we see people taking pictures of the oranges blocking the bridge with their camera, and right after they take a picture, they get on a bus that's headed to Hollywood, and the driver's pointing to the clock because they've got to meet a princess, and the princess is listening to the radio. And let's come up with another word, ironing. We'll just put the word iron, you know, like ironing clothes. Okay, the princess is listening to the radio while she irons. So we now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 words. Okay, so we have 9 words, and you can go on and on like this is what I'm trying to say. So let's go through the story again. We see a bridge. It's blocked by what? Oranges. And we see people taking a picture of the oranges blocking the bridge with their camera. Then they get on the bus, and the bus is headed to Hollywood. The driver's pointing to a clock because got to be on time for the princess because the princess is listening to the radio while she's ironing. So there's the story. You have now seen how to memorize 9 random words. They have no connection together. But the princess could be ironing, listening to the radio. You know, she's ironing, listening to the radio, princess, and the clock. And then what comes after the clock? Yeah, to Hollywood. They're going to Hollywood. On a what? A bus. People taking pictures with their camera. Oranges blocking a bridge. So you can say it backwards, you can say it forwards. You have now learned one of the big, big secrets, and it's now no longer a secret, at least to you, of how to memorize. And the next time you go to the grocery, I want you to try it. Just try it out. Tell yourself a little story and try going to the grocery without a list. Without any list. And let's see how you do. Now, if you want to, we'll say, have a safety net, make out a list and put it in your pocket. Then you go through the grocery store without a list, put everything in your basket, and just so you don't waste a trip or anything, then you pull out your list and you look through it and you see if you didn't get 100% correct. If you skipped an item, you skipped an item. And you go back and get it. But I'm betting, and I'm not a betting person except on a sure thing, that you and your memory will be so good that you'll be smiling all the way through the checkout line. I'm Dr. George Flynn. You've been watching In-Depth TV. Remember, we'll see you next time.